welcome back. My name is Nikki, and thanks for joining me today. So I've been thinking a lot about my journey, and I wanted to share something that I used to struggle with in the past, and I don't feel a lot of people talk about it. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes so I don't get off track. So you can know exactly what you need to do to get your life together and still not do it. You can create the perfect business plan. You can create a 5-year financial plan. You can start to diet and exercise. Things will start to build up, but then they just flop. And it's crazy because we'll think about it all day, plan it out, imagine it, feel the growth, be excited about it, and say that we're going to start tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and things get in the way and you just lose that momentum. And honestly, that was me, 100%. There were days that I knew that I should take care of myself, show up for myself, do better for myself, and I just didn't. I found that maybe there were better pressing things that would take precedent over me. And I would tell myself, okay, tomorrow I will do this. I will do this tomorrow. And nothing. After a while of not showing up for yourself, it starts to mess with your head. You start to lose confidence in yourself. And I finally realized something about myself, that I wasn't stuck because I didn't know what to do. I clearly did. I believed I was stuck because I didn't have trust in myself to follow through with the things I wanted to do. I kept failing myself. So I had to sit with that. I had to sit with that realization, and I had to reflect on how I was doing things, why I was doing things, and how to change it. So what I want to do today is I want to share my 4 reflections that helped me get from this place of stagnant and nothing that was fruitful to a place where now I can see growth. I'm happier, and I put that effort into everything that I do. So my first reflection point is honesty. I had to really be honest with myself, like really honest. I had to be honest with my health, mental and physical. I had to be honest about my finances, my relationships, and even my triggers, why things would get to me so deeply. And honestly, I realized I had to change a lot more than I thought. Girl, I was a mess. But realizing all of that and being honest with myself, it brought more questions. Like, how did I get this way? Why am I like this? How do I change? Who do I talk to? But that brings me to my second reflection point, small steps. So at first, everything used to overwhelm me. Like, how am I supposed to fix all of this? How am I supposed to change overnight or make myself do the things that I say I want to do? And at first, it really overwhelmed me, because I'm looking at everything and I'm like, how am I supposed to fix all of this? Like, where do I even start? Where do I begin? But then I'm like, Nikki, just breathe, slow down. And I had to ask myself, who's rushing me? No one. So I stopped trying to fix everything all at once, and I just started small. I knew there was some definite things that I wanted to change in my life, and that was implementing my skincare routine, because I love, nails, hair, beauty, everything like that, but I wasn't really knowledgeable about my skin. And that's how I started doing my morning and night routine. I wanted to do better with my health, and I started drinking more water. I kicked the pop and added lemon in my water or tea bags, non-caffeinated. And yeah, like, I'll talk about my weight loss journey as well, because that was a big part of my life. And these things are not huge changes. They were small, but they created consistency. And after a few months of being consistent with myself in smaller steps, I noticed something. I started to feel different. And that brings me to my third reflection point: rebuilding trust. Over time, I started trusting myself again, listening to myself, believing in myself again. Like if I said I was going to do something, I actually followed through. And it was such a great feeling because I was being so intentional with myself and really wanting to see growth. And instead of overwhelming myself with the amount of things that I wanted to accomplish, I just took smaller steps and just made the problem smaller so it was easier for me to digest and easier for me to be consistent with. And with that, I realized that I couldn't do all of this alone. I needed to have help and guidance from therapy, from friends and family. And this brings me to my fourth reflection point: faith. And honestly, I have been leaning more into God this time around and trusting that He will guide my steps. Because trying to control everything can be so exhausting. And just knowing that I can just lay it at His feet and allow Him to guide me just relieves this type of pressure. And I can manage my day better. And it reminds me that I don't have to have everything all figured out right now. He does. So I leave it to Him. So it's been 2 years since all of this revelation and reflection. And I honestly have to say that I feel so much better about myself. I still have bad days and, self-doubt. But at the end of it, it's really rewarding to see where I was to where I am now. I'm happy. I've lost weight. I've lost over 60 pounds and still have a lot more to go. I'm consistent with myself. I'm back here on YouTube finally. Things are starting to be better and puzzles are starting to fit and connect. I take one routine, one step, one better decision for myself at a time. And what major growth I feel that I've done is that when I do have those self-doubts, I'm not wallowing in longer stints. I don't stay in that place anymore. I find a solution and I move forward. So if you've been feeling stuck too, please take the time to reflect on yourself, not to judge yourself or beat yourself up, but to understand your situation and how you can do positive changes. So thanks for joining me, and remember to love yourself first, and I'll see you in the next one.